Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Dr. Shira. Welcome to Politics and World Civilization video. This is going to be chapter 2 on comparative politics and political philosophy. All right, these are the two subfields of political science. If you can see here, there are three subtopics that we are going to learn. Number one, on the definition of comparative politics and also political philosophy. And number two, on fundamental concept, which is actually very closely related to comparative politics. Number one, power, influence, and authority. So what are the difference between these three fundamental concepts? And number three is about political philosophy. So we are going to learn about 5 philosophers. Number one, Machiavelli. Number two, Hobbes. Number three, Locke, Rousseau, and Marx, Karl Marx. So what is comparative politics? It's about comparison. So if you see the number one here, it's stated comparative politics is the study and comparison of domestic politics across countries. For example, you would like to compare the election result of in Malaysia from general election 13 to general election 14. So what's are the difference? So that is one of the comparison. Or you can actually compare leadership between, for example, Tun Mahathir and also Patla and so forth. And also you can also compare the economic development between the state within Malaysia. You can also, number two, you can also do the comparative method in a way, make comparison and draw conclusion across case studies. So you can have case studies, for example, on human rights. Okay, you study human rights between a few countries and you can come up with conclusion. It may rely on inductive reasoning, okay, hypothesis, or deductive reasoning, research. So inductive means you have a question and you kind of like inductively or expand the discussion. Okay, inductive means expand the discussion. Okay, when it comes to deductive reasoning, you zoom the discussion. Okay, for example, it's about human right in Malaysia, then you zoom into, for example, women's right. Then you zoom in further in a micro level on, for example, sexual harassment or domestic violence. So deductive means you zoom you kind of like look in depth microly. Inductive, you look beyond, okay, or macro level to establish causal relationship and develop theory. And the fourth is challenge. A limited number of cases available by selection bias. So for example, what you are doing, you are going to actually choose 3 countries, okay, and I ask you to give why you choose those 3 countries. So that is your assignment is a part of comparative politics exercise. Yeah, focusing on an area because of the convenience of travel or knowledge of its language. Okay. So now we go to the main concept of in comparative politics. We have 3. Number one, power, authority, and influence. So I believe when you hear these 3 words, you feel it. You might use it interchangeably, but actually, power is an umbrella to authority and also influence. Some people, they have authority and do not have influence. Some people do not have authority but with influence. And some leaders, they have both. So it is a broader concept than authority and even influence. It is the ability of or potential of a person to influence another person or a group to perform an act. Power can be personal power too. So I will explain to you the basis of power and also the types of power. It's not just about forcing people to do something, but it's about the ability to actually bring everybody together to do something bigger. So these are the 5 bases of power, how you are able to gain power. Okay, there are 5 bases of power. Number 1, referent power. Number 2, coercive power. Number 3, reward power. Number 4, legitimate power, and also expert power. So what is referent power? Okay, it is also called a personal power, and the power of personality is your aura or your personality aura, which actually gives some vibes to actually gain certain type of power. So this power comes from each leader individually. It is the personality of a person that attracts followers. For example, like Cairo Aming, he's not even a prime minister or politician. He's just a normal guy who likes cooking, and he has the personality that attracts people to listen to him. Okay, the follower admire their leaders and may even try to copy their behavior. So, like a lot of people do not like to cook, but suddenly a lot of people loves to cooking just because of his YouTube. Okay, Karo Amin YouTube. So, what is legitimate power? Legitimate power is also known as position power and official power. So you are officially can exercise the power. For example, when Tan Sri Muhyiddin was appointed as prime minister, so he has the official power to exercise the prime minister's authority. Okay, like me, I have a power to actually teach you this subject because I have been given the legitimate power to do so, the position of a senior lecturer. Okay, it comes from the higher authority. So, because Yang Dipta Agong agrees for Tan Sri Muhyiddin to become the prime minister, so and also with the agreement of the coalition party, so he has that power. In an organization, a manager gets power because of his position or post. It gives him the power to control resources and to reward and even punish others. So, for example, if you are a good group leader for the group project, you do have certain power to delegate the job. So, if you do not delegate the job, in other words, you are not a functioning leader. Okay, because you have been given a legitimate power to be a leader. One of the main thing about a leader is you need to be able to delegate the task. Okay, expert power is also known as power of knowledge. Okay, it is experts like me. I'm teaching political science because of my expertise. I can prove my certificate that I am political science experts. Yeah. Expert power means the expert influence another person's behavior. Like you go and see a medical doctor because you believe he or she has the expert skills and power to actually help you to cure your diseases. This is because the expert has knowledge and skill which the other person needs but does not possess. So we can't be our own doctor, all right? We need to go and seek help in order to get certain treatment. Like all of you, you need to seek help to lecturer in order to get what you need. But the problem that I am observing is in terms of religious, especially some religious so-called religious scholar. When I look at their CV, they do not even have any evidence of their expertise, but they claim to be expert in Islam. Okay, just because they are wearing jubah, just because they know how to speak Arabic a bit, just because they have some janggut, all right. But when it comes to their certificate, they fail they fail their Islamic studies in Al-Azhar, or they don't even complete their diploma, but suddenly they become popular. I am really worried about this, because religion we're supposed to respect. All right, and in order for us to show our respect is to actually let those who are very qualified to teach Islam and to teach religion, not sebarang-sebarang orang that we have nowadays. It's actually a very worrying phenomena that we are facing. Coercive power is the ability to punish others and to pose a threat to others. Okay, coercive power use fear as a motivator, so they use fear. Right? The leaders and manager with coercive power can threaten an employee's job security. For example, I have certain kind of coercive power from my legitimate power, because the ruling of this college, you need to come to class at least 80%. So if you fail to do so, I might need to use my coercive power by giving you warning letter, giving you bar letter. So I do not want to do that. So please do not let me use this coercive power. Okay, leaders, the coercive power may have an impact in the short run. It will create a negative impact on the receiver. Yes, this is something that it's unwanted, but sometimes it is necessary. Yeah. A reward power. Everybody loves this. Okay. It's opposite to coercive. With the help of reward power, the leaders try to motivate the followers to improve their performance. This power enables the leader to provide additional facilities. If you do well, you get this. If you do well, you get increase in terms of salary. You get the promotions and so forth. The reward power also enables the leader to recognize the services of the subordinate through appreciation. So everybody would love to have this, but the thing is, again, it depends on our performance and our behavior. Then usually the leaders, the good leader, there are also bad leader, good leader will actually give good reward and sometimes have to use coercive power. So the thing that is about the basis, how you get the power. But now I would like to go through the types of power, because we like to think the power is all about to dominate, to power over others. But yes, it's true, that is one type of power, but there are another 3 types of power. Okay, power over, ability to dominate and apply coercive power, of course. Number 2, power with, ability to cooperate and achieve collective objectives. So when you work in your group as a group leader, this is what you want your member to have, okay? To work, ability to cooperate and achieve collective objectives. Your objective is to get good grades. Why? Cumulative, it will help you a lot. Okay, number 3, power within. So you come to classes, you listen to YouTube lectures, you do my quizzes, you write a comment about what you have understand, okay, from this lecture. This is actually to strengthen your knowledge, your emotion, and your consciousness, all right, to have this critical awareness. Okay, power 2 is, then we have another one, power 2, ability to practice and achieve goals and plan of action. So sometimes we know theory, we can speak very well, but how to walk the talk, how to actually do what we say is very important, and we need another power called power 2. Some people we can see they know how to speak a lot. They know how to ask people to do this and that, but when it comes to him or her, they unable to do so. So power 2 is very important in order to transfer theory, whatever that we say, to action and to reality. Okay, so what is authority? Okay, authority is a formal right. This is very closely related to legitimate power. Okay, it is given to a leader and it is a right to get the things done through others. So sometimes they kind of like can be authoritative, sometimes they can be democratic. Like me, I need to get things done. All of you need to submit the task. So I have to use my authority as a lecturer to make sure you complete all the tasks. So it is usually top-down approach. We delegate the job. I delegate your tasks, and also used to increase administrative efficiency of an organization. So what is influence? Okay, influence is needs to be distinguished from authority. It is about the ability of private individual do not have any legitimate power, but because they have this good aura personality of referent power and able to make people listen to them. Okay, you have seen a lot of YouTuber, you have seen a lot of artists, they don't pay you to actually see them, but you feel influenced to actually follow them and to look at their videos. Okay, that is one of the way. There are also, like for example, there are also political leaders do not have any like Sheikh Sadiq or even Dr. Mazli. Now they do not have any official position in the government, but their Instagram, Facebook has more followers, have more comments compared to those who are the current ministers. All right. Why? Because they do have influence, although they do not have legitimate power or authority. All right. So that's all for this video. So for the next video, part 2, I'll be talking about political philosophy. Okay, bye. Continue and watch political philosophy.